Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Sackboy, A Big Adventure. So what we've been trying to do is complete the final nightly trial, and we haven't managed to do it yet, and I've decided, because we've got other things to play, this will be the last episode of trying to complete the Rip Snorter. And if I don't do it this episode, what I will do is I'll make sure I'm recording my attempts whenever I do this off the channel. I say off the channel, whenever I'm playing this.
My own grand battle with Vex. He was trying to wipe out all the stories in the world back then, but, you know, I sorted him out.
That sounds like Sackboy, A Big Adventure 2. So as we're saying, yeah, I'll record all my attempts that I do, and when I finally do it, I'll do a video which there'll be little to no commentary on it. It'll literally just be my run of finishing it, and I'll upload that to the channel just so you guys do get to see me finally do it.
I do miss Loom sometimes. Everyone's spending their day painting, building and celebrating things, but then I remember I do quite like peace and quiet.
Hopefully we'll manage to finish it this episode, so you'll get a full completion with commentary and everything. But if not, we will just do that run and post it to the channel. So, without further ado, let's jump in. Otherwise, we can keep getting interrupted. I must remember not to jump into the nightly trials menu, because they do just talk over you all the time. I was playing it a little bit yesterday, just before recording this, to get myself back into the swing of things. So hopefully that's going to help on today. This pattern does not seem good though. It might be alright, but it's not too bad, it's not too bad. I expected that pattern to be a lot worse. Okay. Let's not risk that and just jump over. We'll just have to wait here a second. That pattern really did not line up for me. I was either too fast or too slow, whichever way you look at it. Either which way, it was not a good pattern and it did not go the way I wanted. But like I said in all my previous videos of this, it is not about the time. I'm doing this because I want to try and platinum this game, and to do that you have to finish this. And I'm sure I've said this before, but I don't think the platinum has anything to do with the time it takes for you to complete it. I think it is purely the fact that you complete it. So, I don't care if I get bronze. All that matters to me is that I finally managed to get to the end. And it is not an easy task. It's such a long trial. And it's so easy just to make a small little mistake, and especially if you're making a mistake in a section like this where you're jumping, it can be really problematic, because if you fall, that's it. No second chances, you're starting again. So it's one of those ones where, and when you get two, well, technically you get one hit and then it's restart. So it's not very forgiving at all. And I'm doing my best not to go quiet and just focus on it. And still be entertaining, and that was terrible timing on that jump. Which makes me think that it will actually potentially be easier when I try and do this without doing commentary, because I will just be able to focus on the actual level itself, rather than focus on trying to be entertaining. But still, I do really want to do it in a full video, because I feel like just doing it where I'm not commentating or anything is going to be less fun to watch. And we definitely don't want that. Oh, a couple of them were really tight. It was a better cycle though. I don't know if that'll help me in the long run, but I have been thinking about this, and the more I play it, last time I said, or I've said in a previous video, that I thought they were global cycles. I'm starting to think that's not the case. I think it's only like the beginning bit that cycle changes. And I think it's because you can see it. So I think all of these cycles are pretty much the same. It's only when they become visible on screen that the cycles seem to start. So I don't know. I haven't fully figured out what's what on that yet. I'm not going to risk it. I thought about going for it. Then I thought, what's the point? Oh, that was bad. That's bad. That's really bad. Oh, I knew that was bad the second I made the jump. I'm starting to wonder if I will actually ever be able to do it. I'm sure if I persevere, what I need to do potentially is like earmark an entire morning and just play it for hours. Issue with that is I'm not sure that I have got the patience to play it for that long at a time. Normally, by the time I'm getting towards the end of a recording, I really am kind of like, okay, I've had enough. I need a break. But then by having a break, it you lose some of that sort of rhythm that you get when you jump into it next time. So I don't know. I really do hope I finish it this episode. But I'm so inconsistent at getting to certain parts that I don't know. I don't know how we're going to manage it. Always grab that one because it's basically in the way. Oh, that was close. Didn't need to be close, but it was. I must remember that I've got a roll as well, because... And you can do it in mid-air to get like a little dive, which I'd completely forgotten about until I was playing it. Like I said, I was just playing it to get back into the swing of things yesterday, and I did it by accident because I was panicking and just like jamming buttons. And then I was like, oh, that makes life easier, because it means if you're about to fall or you need to get off a platform quicker, you can kind of do a jump dive to get out of the way. So it does help every now and again. And I know I'm probably not doing this in the fastest route possible, but like I say, the time is really not relevant to me. It's all about getting through. If I get gold, great. If not, That doesn't matter. No. Okay. I just need to wait for that one to change. I did exactly the same thing that time as I did the time before. And where I thought I could jump on it and then jump off it. But there's not enough time, it seems. So I can't do that. We need to wait for it to turn and then jump. And I learnt the fact the other day that you can hide under those ramps and those yetis will in fact roll over your head, which is super useful. Because then you don't have to, because you can't jump them when they're rolling off the edge. They're too high in the air to jump off, or to jump over, I should say. So you just hide under there, let them roll over you, they won't hit you, and you carry on. See, even though I did things slightly differently at the beginning, all of this is now on exactly the same cycle. Which makes me think it's not a global cycle, because otherwise all of this would be slightly different. It makes me think it's on like local cycles. Nearly missed that this time. Not that I would have cared, to be fair, but it's always nice to get that extra 2 seconds off. Gonna make that one? Just about. Oh, I thought I was about to run back into it. I was trying to be too quick. Okay, this is going well. Pretty sure I've gone quicker. Which, as much as I don't care about the time, I'm not going to say no to going quicker. If I can find a consistent way to get through that is quicker, I'm definitely going to take it. Like, I never used to come through here, until I found out that you can do that, and it's nice and quick, fairly consistent and safe, and it gets me the -2. And it doesn't lose any time at all. So I was like, good, we're going to start doing that. And I always go for this second one in because I don't like being near the edge. Right, now we're just going to wait. That was a completely different cycle to before. But we waited anyway. Okay. That was pretty lucky. Okay, I have to go quiet through that section because I have to listen for the little rotations that it does. Because it shakes 3 times, and you can hear the noise of the shake, which then tells me when it's going to actually rotate, which helps me time my jumps to know exactly when I need to do the rest. Most of the other stuff is visual. But that one makes such a difference if you can listen to the audio cue. I don't like that section. That section shouldn't be that bad, but I really struggle with not getting hit through there sometimes. Which doesn't bode well. But this is the furthest I've got so far. Or at least it's the furthest I've got this time. I almost said this week, but these aren't a weekly release, so... I do not know how to do this section quickly. I'll be honest, I don't really care about how to do this section quickly. Just going to wait for the next one. Grab that on the way through. Okay. I never understand that noise as I'm going through there. I remember that noise now. And I still don't know what it means. I still don't know what those noises are doing. It's making noises. And I see no reason for it to make the noise. Now I've got to remember, I can jump on these things' heads as well. So if push comes to shove and I'm in a bit of a bind, we can jump on the thing itself if we need to. Okay, we've made it to here. We've made it to Spike Central with no hits, which is not ideal. But still. I would love to have a hit here, but we don't need it. It's not necessary. It just makes it a lot more stressful. Okay, can't believe I actually managed to outrun that. I jumped! Oh, that's so frustrating. That's the furthest I've made it, though. Furthest I've made it this week. It's not the furthest I've made it ever. Furthest I've made it this week. So we're making progress again. It's a shame about the hit with the bullets. I need to get better at that section with the bullets, because that always seems to be the one to catch me out. The first section, I've now got down to a fine art. This, I've now done actually even quicker than last time, because you can make that jump. So I'm fairly happy with this bit. I know you can go quicker, because you can roll, and you can actually roll across some of the gaps that I'm jumping over. Like, rolling between these two is actually safe. So I know I can go quicker, but if I go quicker, it will throw off my rhythm. Oh, I missed it. Oh well. I'd rather just get through it and miss the bonus 2 seconds than... Especially if you miss it, there's no point going back for it, because you'll waste way more time trying to go back for it and make sure you get it than you will if you just carry on. That was a bit of an awkward one, but I made it work. Okay. It's going not too bad. This is the... I suppose, I was going to say this is the easy bit, but what I really mean is this is the bit that I have had the most practice in. I don't necessarily think it is in fact easier than the other sections. It's just I've had way more practice at the beginning of this than I have any other section. Which isn't surprising. Okay, I'm going to go quiet again so I can listen to this now. Oh. My timing was absolutely fine on that. What was bad was my my ambition. I decided to try and push to go for the other block, and it was just too far. I shouldn't. I should have landed on the one that was right underneath me and made another jump, but I was pushing too hard, and I pushed too quickly then. I shouldn't have tried to go for those, because it just throws everything... Well, I say it throws everything else off. Of course it doesn't, because that was exactly the same cycle. So a lot of things actually still... No. A lot of things do still line up. You just have to kind of deal with the first little bit that goes out of sync. I'm not entirely convinced that you always start with the same cycle on this bit, but I'm pretty good at reacting to whatever comes at me. I don't know if it is different every time. I mean, that's felt pretty similar. I think you've just got to hold up slightly there. If you try and go in front of the three Yetis followed by the three Yetis on the two different platforms, then I think that makes life a lot more difficult. And this is a lot nicer. I don't know why that cycle was entirely different, but I'll take it. And over we go. I'm getting quite used to all of these sections now. Like I say, the first... What for me is like 2-3 minutes of this, I'm fairly consistent at. As long as I don't do silly things like I did last time, and try and make a jump that was, quite frankly, unnecessary, then this first section, what I think is the first quarter, maybe not quite a quarter, maybe like the first fifth, I'm pretty consistent at. I think that might have been quicker if I'd actually waited. Because that's the thing with these moving platforms, is trying to figure out whether or not it's quicker to actually try and run to speed yourself up, or if it's actually better just to let the platform carry you along. And I know there's a quicker route through there. You can jump over some of those gaps and stuff like that, but I'd rather take the slightly safer, more consistent route. If I took the more dangerous route, it would eventually become more consistent, but... Okay, wait for these to change. It annoys me on the first one because of... Oh, I should just stop picking it up, shouldn't I? Where I pick up the Dreamer Orb, it makes so much noise you can't hear them properly. So I should just stop picking it up. Oh, just about got away with that. How about... No, come on! Did I get, like, clipped into the bounce pad or something then? Because I was trying to run forward and I wasn't doing it. That was weird. I so thought I was safe to hover over the top of that then. That's really frustrating because now I've got hit on the bit that I don't even find the most difficult section of this bit. I need to start taking my more time over this section. This is the bit that I don't like. Okay. Just took my time that time. Made sure I got through it. It's not great that I've only got one pip of health. But from a theoretical standpoint, it is possible to get through this whole thing without getting hit, so there's no reason I can't finish with one pip of health. Just means I've got to do better. That was so close. Okay. I'm getting better at this section as well. This section I found really difficult when I first did it. I think I must have been further off that platform than I thought, because I pressed jump then. Just gotta wait here a second. Give myself a time to sort myself out quick. Right. Just wait. Just a split second more, just to try and line these cycles up at the beginning. So I don't have to jump over them. Just give myself a slightly easier time here, because like I say, I'm fairly confident now it doesn't affect the later cycles. So if I can give myself a better cycle at the beginning, then I'm all for it. Because that cycle was exactly the same as it normally is, even though the first cycle was completely different. That cycle's the different one again, but we know how to deal with that one as well. So it all works out in the end. What? On. I think that's certainly the first time I ever remember going underneath one of those platforms. I don't think I've ever managed to jump underneath it and sort of bang my head on it. Oh, thought I was going to miss that. I am super surprised I managed to grab hold of that. Hopefully it doesn't throw me off too much. So we got this cycle on here again. Just try not to muck up this time. Well, I didn't fall off where I did last time, so that's a bonus. Just wait here a second. Well, I don't even think I do wait there a second. It's like a fraction of a second. I missed it again. I'm taking a tighter line through there now than I was before. Cannot believe I ended up stood on that. I didn't think I was close enough to the middle of that to trigger it, but... Or at least not to get caught in it, at least. Oh, I nearly forgot about them then. I was focused so much on trying to make that cut across the corner, I forgot. See, now I have to jump these guys twice because I've got here sooner. So yeah, I'm not sure that that's actually a benefit. I don't know. Wow, I thought I was way closer to that. Okay. Less risks this time. Let's just go for the normal pattern. Because when I actually get the pattern that I like, it does go a lot better for me. I still don't quite understand how and why I get a different one there sometimes. That was really frustrating. I thought I was well clear of it. That's fine. Just means we now have to be flawless from even earlier on. It's rare that I have to restart due to losing my lives. It does happen, I'm not saying it doesn't, but far more often I have to restart because I've fallen down a hole than because I've lost all my lives. Like last time I fell down a hole because of one of these guys. Which should never really grab me, but... because they're not actually difficult to dodge. But it caught me last time because I didn't think I was stood on it. Okay. Now we're into this section. No idea what this section's called. I don't know if they did name the sections. I don't feel like this is going to be a good one. I've just got this sense that because I got hit so early, it's not going to go well, but... I'm trying to put that to the back of my mind and just focus on doing what I gotta do. So now if I don't pick that up and just listen. The Watsits are really noisy as well, as it turns out. Those little things with the spikes on the side, they're part of the reason with the noise. Okay, now I can't afford to get hit here. We just got to take our time through here. Play it extra safe if we need to. Okay. Now we've got this section. Okay, that went well. Slow, but we got through. I always like that eel to be moving towards me. I feel safer and that I can make the timing better. If I don't have to worry, if I know it's sort of just come towards me. Okay. I always think maybe I should be rolling through that section, and then I think, well, actually, maybe if I roll, I would go too fast, and I would catch up with the eel, and then that would end up killing me. No! That crab had a bigger hitbox. Okay, I've just looked at the time of this recording, so I think we've got one more run left in us. Well, hopefully one more decent run left in us. So let's make this one count. Gonna go completely focus mode. Nearly got caught underneath that again. Okay. One minor hiccup, but it didn't cost me any health, so a successful first section. Or first two sections, I suppose, because the first section's the Yetis, the next section's the rolling platform job. So section 3. wait here, let it rotate me round. And over we go. Okay. I make this cycle? Yeah, okay. It's a shame points don't mean anything in this. I suppose I don't actually get that many points in the end, but... Okay. There's another section in the back. I cut that corner to make the cycles line up again. That threw me off entirely. Go on, we'll get one more. That wasn't long enough. I was hoping I'd get further through. We've got time for another one, so let's see how we get on this time. On that last run, those spinning, rotating platforms, whatever you want to call them, the gold moving platforms, I just got my timing all wrong on so many of them. Getting your timing messed up on one can really cascade and start affecting your others, because my timing just went completely during that last run. I need to stop doing that. Having never normally had that issue, I've fallen off there once and nearly fallen off there twice this episode. I don't know why I count getting here as completing the first section. But it just crossed my brain again that I was like, okay, so I've done the first section. But again, that's the first two sections. This technically is the third. I was indecisive about which way to go then. And that's what I was telling you about that little dive. Is I jumped way too soon then. Which from previous attempts would have left me falling in the darkness below. But this time, because I managed to stumble across that dive that I completely forgot we could do in midair, I could use that to gain a little bit more distance and actually get across. This is probably the section I do find the easiest. It's probably the section also where I leave a lot of time on the table. There's probably a much quicker way of doing it. See, it's mucked up my rhythm again. Can't believe I made that. But hopefully the cycles should line up for me again. Because like I say, I don't think they're global cycles. Oh no, this one is definitely different. Yeah, one of them was definitely different. This one's not. This is what confuses me. When you get knocked off your cycle, learning what's going to happen is not as easy as you'd think. Okay, that all went better. Okay. I think that's the first time this episode I've got here without having taken a hit. This is good news. Don't know how much it'll help, but can't do us any harm, that's for sure. This has got to be one of the sections I like the least. The crabs really gave me an issue when I was doing their individual level, their individual trial. On this one, they don't give me trouble as much as they just take ages for me to get through. I think I nearly touched that eel's tail. Been a really frustrating and somewhat embarrassing way to go. Just running into the enemy myself. Probably about as embarrassing as running off the edge of yourself like that. I can't believe I just did that. I was trying to avoid one of them and I ended up running straight into another one. Well, gonna get some flack now from Scarlet for quitting.
Sometimes it's not enough to just jump. You have to keep at it while you're in the air.
I mean, that wouldn't have helped me not fall down that giant hole, but thanks. Let's come out of there, because sometimes I leave myself in there and she carries on talking to me. So, unfortunately, we didn't manage to complete that trial. So what we'll do is I'm going to record all my other attempts, and I will, at some point, hopefully manage to finish that, and I will upload that video. Like I say, it probably won't have any commentary, might just have a small intro and a small outro, and that's it. But I'll record that and post that to the channel when I finally manage to complete it. But for now, that is the end of Sackboy's Big Adventure. If you enjoyed this one, hit the like button below, let me know what you thought in the comments, and join us next time for the next one.